welcome back, and it's still Newsweek, where we discuss the biggest stories that made the headlines in the week. Now, despite the Supreme Court interim injunction restraining the federal government from suspending the acceptance of the old Naira note on February 10 deadline, the newly elected Nigerian Labour Congress NLC President, Comrade Joseph Ajaero, has given the federal government a 7-day ultimatum to make currency and fuel available to Nigerians. Failure to do so would cause it to call out its members for a nationwide industrial action. Speaking at its 13th delegate conference in Abuja, he noted that the Congress is already mobilizing its members across the country for a mass action. Ajaero insisted that the court ruling on the suspension of the Naira swap does not guarantee that it will be available. I still have Justice Ojeno and a lawyer with me, Shego Awosanya, who is still trying to connect with us. But let me just go straight with you. The new president, Joe Ajaero, is threatening that if the federal government does not make the whole fuel scarcity stop and Naira redesign scarcity to stop, they are embarking on nationwide strike. What do you think about this? Okay,
I think that he's speaking the quintessential language of labor. Of course, they are bound to make threats. But again, being a person that knows a bit about the history of Joe Ajaero, I don't think his threats are empty. It's a very, very tough nut to crack. Maybe if NLC was what it was at the time when Oshiomhole was there, maybe he would have been able, if it had not been broken into TUC and all these organizations, maybe we would have seen an Oshiomhole Part 2, or even we dare say that Oshiomhole would have been Joe Ajaero Part 1, because Joe Ajaero is a very, very tough nut to crack. But having said that, I dare say that if he tries to implement this strike action, I think it's wrong timing. The country is already very, very tense. So I feel that actions like this, he should wait. He should keep his gunpowder as dry. He should wait till the new administration comes up, and he should now, I feel, bring labor to exactly where labor should be and use the instrumentality of the labor movement to change our country, or to force the powers that be to come to terms and give some irreducible minimums to the people, which I feel that is one of the major roles of labor. So I just feel that it should just maybe put a hold on the ultimatum. This country cannot afford one more stress.
All right. The part of what he mentioned in his speech, acceptance speech, was he's going to be pushing for a new minimum wage policy. What do you think about this?
It's their job. It's their job. It's the job of labor leadership to ensure that whatever it is that its members, because the members have to have a word for their money in a manner of speaking. So whatever it is that its members desires, it is the job, it is the duty of the NLC, the president and the executive members to see that their objectives are carried out. And almost all over the world, it's a campaign topic, it's a campaign pillar. Labor union in America, you see that Democrats, they are usually, we call them leftists, they are usually for unionization, labor and labor movement. So, and one of the things that labor will always ask for is increase in pay, no matter where the pay has gotten to. And if you give them increase in pay today, they may just give you breathing space for just a while. And after that while, sorry, they're going to come to you, and it's going to be as if they had a total amnesia that we just increased it the last time. But it's just their stock in trade.
All right. Ayuba Weber also has successfully completed his tenure as the president of Nigerian Labour. What can you say about his performance, and as well, what can you say about the person of the new president, Joe Ajaero, and the task before him? Okay,
Ayuba Weber, maybe he didn't do as much as we would have expected him to. But again, it may be as a result of the fact that he was wearing too many caps. At some point, I think he just also left office as the leader of international labor. So So he wasn't just carrying the shoulders. He carried on his shoulders the labor movement in Nigeria. So he was also carrying, but one major thing that we can commend Ayuba Awaba for is the fact that there was peaceful transmission of power. Unlike what happened when he was taking over power, transmitted power peacefully to the current Joe Ajaero, who I know a lot of people may not know that much, but we are expecting a lot of drama in the coming months. I hope. I just pray it doesn't start with these 7 days.
Interesting. All right. Thank you very much for your contributions so far. But